Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I am so excited because I'll be checking out with y'all Astro's Moonbin and Sanha's latest and brand new song titled Madness today. Now, as some of you may know, I've been an ever-growing fan, or Aroha I should say, for quite some time now, and I just can't wait to see what these two guys have in store for us with this particular brand new release, right? We can't forget about their previous release of Who last year in March, same month as my birthday, where they came through with a song that had some cool groove to it, yet it was quite the jarring piece, I'd have to say. What I loved most about that song, if I recall correctly, was the distorted guitar, right, for those who have watched that initial reaction and review. But aside from that, I'm really interested in how this is gonna play out, especially seeing the credits, who's working behind the scenes on this one. Of course, we got our man's Moonbin, but with Donkey from La 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 Studio working on this in terms of the lyrics and the written side. In case you guys don't know who Donkey has been a part of the likes of Mafia in the Morning by Itzy, Anti-Fragile by Le Seraphim, with the likes of course Ronnie Icon, as I can tell here. We love to see it. I'm quite familiar with these individuals. And then we got Geek Boy Al Swedenham. I think it was like Now or Never by SF9, if I recall correctly. So big names, and also the likes of Gabriel Brandes. So shout out to everyone working behind the scenes, and especially Moonbin himself. Without further ado, let's just dive into the music video now. Alright, so I brought it up here, Madness by Astro's Moonbin and Sanha. I got the English captions on and all, but let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Some woodwind instruments, I feel like, with this bass work. Okay, kicking off with Moonbin here. Love the follow-up from Sanha here in verse 1. Ooh, strumming the guitars here, particularly the acoustic guitar, I believe. Ooh, I really dig this drum kit work. Ooh. Has quite the fun yet addictable, alluring groove to it. Okay. Ooh. Quite the interesting verse 2 there by Sanha. I feel like all in all, the production really sets up the overall performance of the song by Moonbin and Sanha. Just how they're delivering this choreo is everything. Woo. Into the bridge now. Ooh. Interlude? Wait, this is an interlude? That is cool. What an interlude. slash dance break of a moment. A little bit of vocal flourishes. Ooh. I love like the sort of lighting and like smoke kind of work done in this music video. Yet, I feel like this really boils down to that one main point that I made during this, is that I feel like Madness is quite similar to their previous release with Who in terms of that bit of alluringness factor to it, but more so, of course, being performance heavy. I think the main intentions of this song, this particular release, is to showcase the choreo really well and have a best of both worlds per se. So with that being said, I think this is a slight step up from their previous release, where I'm like, yeah, Ghost Town, remember it was a pre-release, right? And I digged it in its own way, but I feel like Madness slightly, ups their previous release with Who, and I think that's definitely something shown for Astro's Moonbin&Sanha, that, wow, they have really good consistency. The matter of fact that this is with a third mini album is kind of surreal, low key. Am I right? If you think about all these units, especially duo units coming from particular groups out there, how often are you gonna get a third mini album in this quick kind of succession? Quite rarely. I would say a quarter, half of the time, but not all the time, most definitely. Sometimes there's subunits that come out and don't ever get a comeback, am I right? And I'm so glad that's like the case for Moonbin&Sanha, and of course Rocky and Jinjin with Just a Breath. Banger of a fun song, by the way, with a little bit of comedic tropes. But staying on track here in Madness, I think quite admittedly, based on what I said, it really matches the previous release of Who, but like tops it in terms of how I'm feeling right now, is that there are some positives and there's a bit of things that I feel like need to pan out more with possibly more listens, or things that will stay as it is. And I feel like there's more almost potential for this release or leading up to future releases. Let me talk first about the positives. Let me say that first. It's always good to start with positives. A positive being is this very addictive groove. I've got to say, verse 1 that really sets the mood automatically, just like that, just like a light switch, on and off, right? And I think that's the good way to put it. And then as we progress, I really dig the build-up moments from the pre-chorus to the chorus, like the swelling kind of effects added in, but that sort of rudimental kind of drum kit work was a great addition to the song. I've got to say, it added more depth and texture to the song, because I feel like it would have been really flatlined without that drum kit work added into the mix. And obviously, I feel like with this production, it showcased Moonbin&Sanha quite fairly, but also in the right kind of manner, where it's like we get to admire the choreo, yet we get to admire the vocal work as well. As I was mentioning with the vocal flourishes in the climax of a moment and nearing the end of the song as well. So I gotta applaud everyone behind the scenes, as well as Moonbin, working on this song. Now, I feel like from an objective standpoint, there's no negatives, right? But I feel like when you have that kind of intention of focusing on showcasing the choreo and overall performance of a song, it can lead you in this kind of, should I say, linear kind of manner in terms of movement in a song. And that's the case, I feel like, with Madness. There's no drastic twists and turns, which adds a positive of it having a good, easy to listen to feel moments during the first listen, the very least. Longevity wise, I don't think it's gonna stick as much due to the hooks being quite, I would say, not too catchy in its way, but it's repetitive in a way to really get it stuck in our mind, almost, right? So yeah, I think it's on par. I can't stress this enough. It's on par with Who. I just still think Bad Idea, right, by Moonbin&Sanha is just still goated for me, proposing that question of having that inner thoughts and that bad side to oneself of thinking bad things when you shouldn't be thinking bad things, and how they were able to throw a performance but also have sort of kind of different tropes and motives in that song for their unit debut and all. I think if it's a new fan of Astro trying to get into Astro, this is a song that would stick for those individuals. Maybe not so much for existing fans like us, but then again, this song isn't really so up my alley in terms of taste. It's a happy medium. I would say a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'll give it that. And I think that's just due to hearing a lot of this chunky, heavy groove with a bass work throughout majority of boy group releases and a good amount of girl group releases as well. So I feel like if Moonbin&Sanha for some future release, it doesn't have to be the next comeback, to be fair, but going back to the roots of like Bad Idea or Ghost Town would be really cool and even more stand out. But I do want them to keep this kind of performance side to them, whereas comparably, I've got to say the likes of Rocky and Jinjin, you know, way different in terms of the colors and their stylistic approach. Remember, I really loved that B-side, Lockdown from them. So yeah, but last but not least, before we get into another second listen and break down sections and moments that I loved within the music video and the song, I feel like this unit from Astro showcases another side to Astro, which is really good, because there's some units out there I feel like doesn't add much to the group, or I don't feel anything that's too different from the group that they're coming from, you know what I'm saying? So I'll give them that for all of the units coming from Astro as a whole. But let's just dive back into Madness again, and then we'll break stuff down here. I really love the smoky eye visual at the start. See what I'm saying? It's very chunky with it, but I like that a bit of hi-hat work being overlaid with, I would say, let's listen now. I feel like it is like some woodwind work in this. I'm going deep inside. I'm But yeah, the rhythm, the groove to it can be easily felt out. I really didn't expect it to lead into something like this with the strumming of the guitar. Got to give it to them for that. But then there's this swelling that I love that builds up into the chorus. Woo! This is like the type of song that I can totally listen to the gym. It has a nice tempo to it, not too upbeat, but not too slow. Has a nice groove to it. Just has that almost, it's not like that necessarily feel good factor, but it's like, okay, I'm looking mighty fine. I'm looking good. But that's the case for Moonbin&Sanha. Love their fits, honestly, for this overall brand new era by them. See what I'm saying? Like, it's linear in a manner where we get to focus on the visual, obviously the visual work in the music video, but the overall performance with the backup dancers and how everything plays out between Sanha and Moonbin. Man, I'm just loving every single angle that's shown for Moonbin&Sanha in this music video, quite admittedly. But yeah, having something like this that focuses on performance can lead to something to having more sections being predictable. Except for that cool interlude that I'm gonna have to point out again. Man, their expressions in this. Yeah, I think it's clear that I love the bridge and the interlude / dance break the most in this song. That snare drum work. See what I'm saying? Like this sort of back and forth comboing. That's sort of, I got very heavily in their unit debut with Bad Idea. Right? I really love the comboing here. Just how they have the backup dancers in the center here. Dance break / interlude. Yeah! Love that drum kit work. How it transitions it back. Michigan, yeah. This overall song got me crazy due to the performance and the groove of course, and I'm glad how they integrated an interlude like that and a dance break immediately right after the bridge in this comeback with madness, everyone. The visual, the choreography, the vocal work, the amount of, like, should I say, slayness factor to it, and the alluring factor that I was talking about by the two of them is just impeccable, immaculate, dare I say. But all in all, a really solid release by Moonbin&Sanha. I know I need to dive into more of their B-sides in general. The only thing I haven't caught up to is Moonbin&Sanha's B-side. So I'll try my very best to. I'm still doing my top 22 songs of 2022. You can most definitely expect one of the units or even Astro as a whole. I'm not going to spoil completely being on that particular list. But if you guys enjoyed this, related with some of my statements and points in this, or some of my fanboyiness per se in this particular reaction and review, be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much and just warms my heart connecting with fellow Auroras about Moonbin&Sanha's latest release with Madness. Let me know about the B-sides. Did you enjoy them at all, or if you have a particular favorite one as well as their previous mini album? I know I'm missing out, but slowly but surely, everyone. Take care as always. This has been Garrison, and peace.